Welcome back. So it's the weekend. Hope you had a good week. And let's get right into it. Um, Today we are talking about, one of our topics, plastic surgery. And this one is related to the men because rapper Bandman Kev, that's his name. Now I don't know anything about him at all. But I found out about him on the blogs. So he recently got plastic surgery, a tummy tuck or lipo, whatever you want to call it. And, there were some women in the comments who felt like, oh, well, if a woman can do it, so can a man. And, I don't know how I feel about that because one thing, we're talking about a heterosexual man here. Now, I am, okay? Now, some things just off limits. But listen, I don't want to hear any complaining when you start seeing some of these men wearing high heels, colorful wigs, some already wearing purses, but I don't want to hear any complaining like, oh, he looks zesty, we're the straight men. I don't want to hear none of that because you are okaying this type of behavior, okay? And not saying it's right or wrong, but once you okay the small stuff, you gotta okay the big stuff. Just saying. But listen, fellas, what I would be mostly afraid of is you getting addicted because plastic surgery can be addictive. We all know that. And, it's one thing you're getting your tummy done. Next thing you're going to want your cheekbones done. Then you're going to want this done. So just be careful, But I'm one of those girls who I don't need a perfect 10 type of man, like he doesn't have to have, like the slick hair, Jerry curl juice dripping down, the tight tummy with the abs all tight, the tight booty, listen, the booty hole, of course, has to be tight, but the outer part, like your buns, they don't have to be like, skin tight, like certain things, that's what girls like to do, and I'm not saying it needs to sag, but you get my point. Whatever ruffles your feathers, don't worry about it. But anywho, let's move on because let's talk about politics. Joe Biden is still in office, doing nothing. Kamala Harris, she's in office. I don't know what she's doing. Nothing. And I want to talk about this because I just kind of find it a little funny that he doesn't speak about the inflation and the cost of living going up, but it's really something that if you think back, he often spoke about businesses losing money during the pandemic. He talked about restaurants suffering and struggling to survive, to keep their doors open, and he started encouraging the American people to go out to eat more often, but you don't really hear him talking about the American people suffering, struggling to survive, when more than likely, over 50% of his supporters are affected by the inflation. So I have a question for y'all supporters that, the supporters that voted for Biden. How are you feeling? Are you feeling a little salty? Do you feel like, he's blatantly being disrespectful by ignoring you? Because that's what he's doing. He's ignoring you. He's dismissing you. And it's really funny because, well, it's not funny in that sense, but I had a friend that called me when he first got elected, and they were like, yeah, Joe Biden just won the election. You know, as if I don't watch the news, but I knew nothing great was going to occur. And, you know, just like how, you know, what do you really think is going to happen? You know, I just knew some things you just know, you know, right? And some of you just voted for him simply because, you know, he's Democrat and because, you know, Kamala is black. She's not even black. Well, 10%. Do your research. Anyway, that's all the news I have for you today. StelVanInspired.com, and the link is in the bio.